Moored at the base of the Smoky Mountains, the RMS Titanic has been replicated in Tennessee. The 1997 movie helped create a fascination with the disaster at sea, but for those closest to the tragedy,
she was in her stateroom in her bed and it literally knocked her on the floor.
It has always been a personal memory.
When she was in the lifeboat, she tried
Helen Benziger is a special guest at Pigeon Forge's Titanic Museum. She's the great-granddaughter of Margaret Brown.
Well, I wasn't about to wait all day for you, Sonny. Here, you think you can manage?
Played in the movie by Kathy Bates. She's better known as the unsinkable Molly Brown.
She was everything that everybody imagines her to be, but more.
Benziger spoke to us from the opulent first-class stateroom, recreated as a museum exhibit. While she never met her famous great-grandmother,
you got us all trussed up here, and now we're cooling our heels.
She's pleased to know her story and Titanic's have not been forgotten.
Titanic was the very first global disaster.
Iceberg, right ahead!
On April 14, 1912, Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. More than 1,500 people on board for her maiden voyage perished at sea.
God almighty.
Tim Lightaller's grandfather, Charles, was the second officer on the ship.
It was quite clear that his personal predominant aim was the safety of people.
Lightaller miraculously survived the sinking of the ship. He was swept clear when one of its 4 funnels splashed into the water. His grandson traveled to Pigeon Forge from Scotland to see the museum, which includes a full-scale replica of Titanic's grand staircase.
But I think it does give a very strong, accurate message about the Titanic and what went on.
While the museum contains hundreds of artifacts, the pictures from Father Francis Brown are perhaps the most priceless. They are the only known photographs of people on board the ship.
So you get a picture of a particular room or a particular scene. That is the only thing we have to go on, apart from plans of a ship.
Some of the photos helped film director James Cameron visualize the ship's interior. One of the most famous pictures of a boy spinning a top was recreated as a scene in the movie.
It is extremely rare for you to see this photo album. It contains Father Brown's original photographs. It's normally locked in a bank vault, and it's never been on display before.
The Titanic Museum will continue to welcome thousands of visitors, most of whom have no connection to the ship.
There's plenty of room for more.
But Margaret Brown's great-granddaughter hopes they'll all remember those on board, passengers and crew, survivors and victims.
The artifacts are just a vehicle, and they pay homage to the passengers.
In Pigeon Forge, John Dunn, Fox 17 News.